Today on episode 237 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, our MLB Playoff Update, College Football Corner, our NFL Week 7 Pick Show, and the TCF Top 3 of 90s Comedy Movies. Let's roll. Hello and welcome back to Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 237. Make sure to follow us on X at typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook and Instagram. Give those pages a like as well. For all of our content in video form, go on over to YouTube and subscribe there. Wherever you get your podcasts, we are there as well. So subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars. Whatever you got to do to follow the podcast on all those platforms. Make sure to find me on X at Boomy TCF, and of course the gentleman that I'm joined with tonight, that is Zach at ZLilia TCF and Maddie at schools_01. Boys, today the weather's been great this week, man. A little chilly, but
beautiful. The wind's always there, so you just gotta get used to that. But the weather is perfect for somebody like me.
We always talk about how we're big fall guys, but this has been really nice. We're supposed to get back up in the 80s next week, though.
Don't like that, but the weather around here is so weird. We've recently got below 32 a few nights, and now we're going to be back up in the 80s for probably just a day or so. But you just never know when you're finally into that fall weather.
And I hate to bring it up, boys, but I did see a little news article the other day that said, was it La Nina is coming this winter? So it's supposed to be a bad winter. Basically just a really bad winter.
Oh.
They say that every year. I'm done with all the bad winter. They literally say it's going to be a shitty winter every year. I'm done with that. You gotta give me more evidence at this point.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'm not trying to call it Mother Nature or anything at this point because I don't even do anything stupid like that. But come on, I feel like every prediction is it's going to be a bad winter because for one that sells, and two if you're like 50% right. So
yep. I just always prepare for the worst for the winter. I just always assume it's going to be awful.
Where's my Farmer's Almanac people? We need the Farmer's Almanac crew to come out and actually tell us what's up.
Yeah, we need to get Nick Gons on the show. Yeah, I'm sure he knows that thing front to back. So let's jump into it, boys.
He reads it before bed.
Exactly. He's got it memorized. Let's jump into things as always. We have sinkers and floaters. My sinker this week is Jay Cutler, smoking Jay, DUI with a gun last night. Not a good look. Tough mugshot.
Yeah,
sounds like a name of a band, DUI with a gun, like
like a bad ska band that plays at dive bars.
I just don't get what you had that much money. Why drive when you're like that? Makes no sense.
And if I'm not mistaken, so we've talked about this. Is that what it was? It wasn't even like
no, it was 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So I think we talked about this in the past. Doesn't the NFLPA have a service where players can call a number at any time? And I'm pretty sure that retired players qualify.
I was going to fucking say it's Uber. It's literally
right. That's
especially
like you said,
in Nashville and the surrounding burbs. There's plenty of Ubers. I've used them there.
Exactly. Yeah. Just dumb.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, he was out of jail by like 9:30 p.m.
Well, and what he offered the guy $2,000 after he rear-ended him.
Yeah, that was bad.
If you're gonna have to buy me off with a lot more than $2,000,
maybe he had that much cash on him.
I got Venmo.
I know, but I'm just saying that's why the number he went with.
Wire that shit. Here's my wire instructions. Like, come on.
Jay Cutler, I'm looking it up here, has made
a lot of money.
Over $100 million.
I mean, he probably made a lot in the divorce too.
He also made like the last season he played with the Dolphins, he made quite a bit of money.
Oh yeah, that's true. I always forget about that.
He wasn't there for fun.
No, not at all. I'm trying to pull it up. It's taken forever here, but I know at one point he signed a $127 million contract.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of money.
And that's just one of his contracts. So
Some nice stuff.
come on, dude. Get an Uber. What are you
My
doing?
sinker is dust. It's everywhere. I know, like with farming and stuff, but it's just you drive by everyone's cars and it's just their windows are just coated in dust. Like not everyone works at somewhere that should happen. It's crazy the amount of dust around here.
Yeah, I've noticed. Had the day off today, so I was thinking about. I was like, oh, I'll go clean my car out. It's been a while. Obviously, having the little man in it, there's just crap everywhere. But then I was like, oh, then I'll probably wash it. And I'm like, there's no point in doing that. I live in the middle of a cornfield. There's no point in me washing my car anytime in the near future.
It's crazy. It's just
It's
like
disgusting.
remember when the smoke was kind of here from Canada or wherever?
Yeah,
It kind of looks like that now, but it's just dust.
Maddie,
It's
I know
so
you're
dry, and with the harvesting and stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure, Maddie. I know you're, in a little bit more neighborhood than like out, but you have cornfields around you. Like, do you guys get it pretty bad out there
Yeah,
too?
my allergies have been kicking my fucking ass all
Oh.
year, dude. It's been a 12-round fucking duel. Like, it's just
The problem is the weather is nice enough to open the windows, but then you open the windows and it's dusty. So you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
yeah, it's like literally like fucking corn dust just laying on my fucking truck, dude. Yeah.
It's
Then
gnarly.
it gets really windy, and then you get corn stalks in your yard, and you're like, dude, I live 2 miles away from a cornfield.
Yeah, I got them everywhere.
My sinker. I know you guys talked about it last week when I was gone, but it's tied in with the CHSN, the Chicago Sports, the new Chicago Sports Network, and their tweet notification that they sent out to everybody that follows them that's been bitching about getting on more providers than just DirecTV and what is it, RCN, I think is the other one. But their tweet said something along the lines of, if you want the channel, you need to contact Comcast, you need to contact YouTube and tell the customer service and blah, blah, blah. And you got to contact them and you got to reach out to them. No, you know what? Fuck this shit. This is getting out of hand. Like, we can't even watch the pro sports teams in the third largest market in this goddamn country. This is insane. Like, what are we doing?
It very much feels like this was a giant project that they should have had so many people on.
Well,
and
they're
had
having
this
us
ready
be
to
their
roll out.
customer service reps.
To make an
like, this
official
is
statement.
insane.
An official statement saying that the customer should go and
fight our battle.
contact them. What are you talking about?
Will you go fight our battle? What fucking battle? Just get out there and make a deal so I can give you guys my eyeballs and your ad dollars. Like, what are we fucking talking about here? This is ridiculous.
It is so bad. It feels like they woke up the day before the preseason. We're like, oh yeah, that project's due today. That's exactly
it's 2024. You can literally, we're using a goddamn website to do this. Why can't they fucking build an app? Like, what are we talking about?
Most of Chicago did not get to see Lonzo Ball, who hadn't played basketball in like 2.5 years, play basketball because of this whole thing. It's going to start getting more and more annoying as the process goes along, because the seasons are going to start for the Bulls then, and then it's going to start getting into it, and then maybe the Blackhawks start playing well. It's just, people are going to be very mad.
It blows my mind how these three teams, though, they don't have the largest fan support, and they only get the support really when they're good. Like, when they're good, they have a huge backing, but when they're not good, people don't fucking care. And it's like they do this where it's I can't figure out what they're doing. Like, it's crazy. You can't even view their product.
Like, not even like to all, like, we talked about this, like, kind of with the White Sox. Like, people say, like, oh well, when they're bad, the fans don't support, but it's like, no, like, if you put a good product out and you have a way for fans, it's kind of like the chicken or the egg thing. It's like,
that's just it.
If there's a good product, it's one of the best fan bases in all the country. But when you treat it like this and you treat the fans this way, you're going to sour people.
I mean, I can go watch every other NHL team on ESPN.
Yes.
Right now. if my kid wants to start watching hockey, he's not going to be able to watch the Blackhawks right now.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
I don't understand it.
He started playing floor hockey at school. Maybe he comes home and says, "Hey, can we watch a hockey game on TV?" Sure, kid. Just won't be the fucking Hawks. Like what?
Hope you learn
get
the
an antenna. You get an antenna.
I gotta get an antenna, or I have to stream or get a VPN. I'm too old to figure out how to get a VPN. I don't know how to get a VPN. I'm doing research on things. I'm doing research on things that I have no business doing at this point. Like, what are we? Just I will pay. I will pay the money if I need to. Just give me the option.
It was easier to watch sports in this area back when there was 10 channels than it is now.
That's the thing too, is I don't know how like none of the local channels have paid for carriage rights or something, where it's like, hey, we'll buy your rights to broadcast X number of games, at least to start getting some of that out, because I think it's like a perfect stream for them. But
shout out to
it's crazy to me.
My Uncle Troy messaged me the day after last week's episode came out that he was laughing about, the having to buy an antenna thing. And he had found one, I think it was at an Ollie's superstore or something, $13. So it might come down to that. I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's the thing too. Is I haven't found one that I
watched the Bulls and Blackhawks. Did the channel thing work?
I haven't got it. He just told me that that's where it's at.
Oh, I thought you said he got one.
No, he messaged me because he had seen one and told me $13 at Ollie's. So I might be making a trip to an Ollie's to pick up a $13 antenna.
Yeah, maybe get me one too. We should try it.
We might have to, because I don't know how long. Like, I'm okay because like the Blackhawks are what they are. Like, I'm very much a fair weather hockey fan. But like once the Bulls regular season starts, it doesn't matter how bad they are. Like, I watch damn near every game, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to make it without games. Fun stuff, boys. Fun stuff.
A tough process too, just to watch the teams we like. Marquee.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Now it's like, come on.
So annoying. My floater this week is college basketball season. We saw it kind of pick up last night with Tony Bennett retiring out of nowhere. You're starting to see all your top 25 polls get released, but exhibition games start here at the end of the month. Starting to do my research for the year. I think official games, the first day they can play official games is Monday, November 4th. So we're like 2 weeks away, boys.
Weird move by Bennett.
Yeah, that was a very weird move.
Like,
that made no sense. He just lost the
flow
of the game.
For the reasoning, I get the reasoning, but to do it for the reasoning to do it now instead of at the end of the last season or at the end of this season, whatever. Like, I think you're putting the team in such a rough spot at this point.
So I follow a couple different college basketball guys, and a couple of them said that like the theory on that was that he wanted to make sure that one of his assistants got the job, that they didn't promote from outside. And the other one was that he thought that because he's only 55, he shouldn't be having these feelings, and that once the season gets going, once the school year gets going, that kind of all of that, the side stuff, the dog and pony show that college basketball has kind of turned into, will go away, and that he's tried to push through it and gotten to this point and realized that none of that went away, and it doesn't have it in him. I think he talked about in his press conference that, he doesn't like the agent stuff and the NIL stuff. And I mean, you saw it with Jay Wright. I think it's coaches like this are going to continue to start falling by the wayside when it turns into more of a professional sporting atmosphere.
Twitch always been. I don't like that excuse.
I kind of agree with that, Zach. And sure, the players aren't getting paid. There's been big money in that sport for decades, and it's been under the table. It's been passed around. It's been, I mean, to act like the money's ahead is a new thing. I think is kind of.
He didn't say it was like the money thing. It's like the Wild Westness of it, in the sense that like everybody's got
more going on before the NIL was legal. like the Wild Wild West than it is now. I mean, now they're getting
No,
legal
I
money. And
I don't think that's true. I think
you
there
didn't
was
know it,
definitely.
the signature stuff, the backdoor deals people were making. Like now, people are making deals that are legal. I mean, maybe they're crazy amounts of money and stuff, but I don't think it's like anything going bad.
No, I'm not saying that like I'm against players
I'm
get,
just
but
saying,
like
I think it's an excuse for not being able to coach through it. Because
I
I don't want to
can
do
buy
it.
the assistant thing if that's the real
Yeah,
case.
that's
I can
whatever. But I'm
understand
just
that.
saying, to say that you don't want to do it because of the agents and stuff like that, I think that's a cop out.
I'm going to disagree on that. I think for a guy who's been coaching for 30 years now to see it change in the 2 years, I think that is a lot to ask of. Like, it's like being taken. It's like going from the college game to the pro game, but it wasn't your intention. You know what I mean? You're just kind of forced into it. So I get that aspect of it.
I mean,
It's good
he's
news for
taking a lot of
Carolina
money to
fans
do
like
his
me.
job. I mean, I just think it's crazy. Like these coaches are almost becoming hypocrites of all these guys.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how many more of these guys between the ages of 50 and 65 in the next couple of years stick with it or, pivot
Well,
to
I
a
mean,
new
that
route.
was Saban's reasoning too. Like that was
Yeah.
his reasoning for leaving. And I mean,
Maybe it's a
I
good
just,
thing. Maybe it gets the old school out of it, and maybe it'll be more because the transfer portal is whatever. But like kids have been going from school to school, like it's not like this is all brand new.
Yeah, but not at the magnitude that it is now. There was
Well, yeah,
10
you just gotta
times
be
the
better at
kids than there were
recruiting. I
5 years
mean,
ago.
yeah, I think you gotta be better as a coach and not say that just because this is happening, it's just this is why you can't coach.
I think the timing is a little strange. I would like to know a little
Yeah,
bit more
two
about
weeks
that. But
before, I mean, that puts everybody in a weird spot. Unless you've been telling your team that there is a possibility of you doing this, I think it's pretty rough to the team too.
yeah, we'll see how they come out. I'm not sure what Virginia is going to look like this year, but yeah, even just having this conversation has got me jacked up for college basketball. So that's my floater this week.
My floater is postseason walk-off home runs. There's nothing better in the world, especially. I mean, they're at home because it's a walk-off. I mean, that's just the atmosphere. I mean, there's no other. I know hockey's fun, but like that one moment is better than like any postseason moment.
That is, there's some, even when it's not even remotely your teams, right? Even if
It's
it's two
just
teams you
so
can care
wild,
less about.
crazy, and everyone's having fun in the moment. You just won the game, and you don't get that really anywhere else. I mean, I'm just saying you don't have walk-off anything in other sports, but like that is
Yeah,
nuts.
that was amazing. Like you said, it doesn't matter who the teams are, what series it is, walk off playoffs. I'm all about it. Dude, that was so cool.
Yeah, because it just seems like everyone's more juiced up for the playoffs
Yeah,
in
and like
baseball because baseball's a long season.
well, and Zach, like you got to think that like if the Yankees and the Guardians were playing a game in the end of July, there's not going to be 45,000 people
No,
crammed into the stadium. You get the full capacity. You get everything that
and
goes
yeah, I was
with that
listening
playoff atmosphere.
to the Compound podcast with Ian Happ, and they were talking about how it's crazy to think about some of your biggest at bats of your life are when it's almost like 40 degrees.
Yeah,
You're
that's
cold.
true. Your debut, your postseason stuff. That's true.
It's tough, but it's so fun to watch.
The best. Maddie, what's your floater this week?
well, I've got, I think my last chance at feeling young for the rest of my life is next weekend. One of my buddies is finally getting married, and so we're having a bachelor party next Saturday. So, it's actually pretty chill, but it's going to be a long day. It should be a pretty fun day. But starting out, and I think we got a pretty good plan because next Saturday is sports day. Really, is my ultimate floater. But so the morning we're starting out with a cookout at my house. Then we're going to Top Golf and then to the casino.
Yep.
So we'll be able to gamble. We'll be able to watch sports throughout the day. All that stuff. He's big into it, So that's kind of his jam. So, but anyway, next Saturday, the sports calendar is like the perfect collision. We got Game 2 of the World Series.
Yep.
We've got a UFC pay-per-view in Abu Dhabi with Chimaev, Robert Whitaker, and then Max Holloway, Ilya Topuria. So it's like Topuria is probably my favorite fighter. So like that should just be an absolute banger of a card. The Dubai cards and the Abu Dhabi cards are usually always
Pirate
really good
is fighting too.
Yeah, well, they always like to pay up for the good fighters at their cards. But that thing starts at 9 a.m. So the main event, the main card starts at 1:00 next Saturday. But on the college football slate, in addition to what I've already talked about, boys, we've got Notre Dame Navy that day. We've got Missouri Bama that day. We've got I just lost the schedule. Oh my God. All right, so we got Missouri, Bama, LSU, A&M, BYU, UCF, Kansas State, Utah and Houston, Nebraska, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Navy, Washington, Indiana, Oklahoma, Ole Miss. Let's see, there was one other game too. Oh yeah, Illinois, Oregon. That's already at 2:30, so that one's already scheduled. I think Utah plays somebody else late. Auburn, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Colorado is a great game. Cincinnati, Colorado at 9:15 is like picture perfect TV at that point. SMU and Duke will both be ranked teams playing at 7:00 that night. And then to end the night is Hawaii and Arizona. So it's like, Hawaii and Nevada. So it's literally like the perfect sports day on the calendar, really, when it's all said and done. Plus NBA and NHL will be going on too. So looking forward to next Saturday.
That sounds like a great Saturday, man.
It seems like a day that you just don't even need to leave the house.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to like literally be anywhere that there's a TV. That's the intention. So either the sports book at the casino, because we're going to Aurora. So there's the ESPN, the ESPN sports book there. We can gamble all that, and then but then Topgolf's got TVs and shit, and then obviously I'll have a bunch. So.
Well, if you make a trip out to Mendota, you could borrow Zach's portable TV just so you make sure you never miss a minute.
I'll have 5 out in the garage, so it should be in the right shape.
Well, this one you can carry like a boombox.
Yeah, there you go. It's literally a portable TV. It's got a battery pack and everything.
Can't go wrong with that.
One of Zach's best purchases of all time, if we're being honest here.
Oh yeah.
I'm still mad at myself. It's been 4 years, and I'm still mad that I didn't buy one that day.
Yeah, now they're like over $200.
Yep. Trust me, I've had one in my Amazon cart since that day. So let's move over to the TCF Sports Minute. We will get started with the Bears, who are on their bye week this week after trouncing the Jaguars last week. Good bye week. I think that, there's no such thing as a bad bye week.
In London.
Who do they got when they come home?
The Commanders. They got flexed to the 325 game.
That's going to be a fun game.
Yeah.
So sitting at 4-2, where do you guys? Any worries? Anything surprised you so far, positively or negatively? Areas to shore up. Where are you sitting at with a team that's 4-2 right now?
It's the most excited about the Bears. Yeah, I've never been this excited about the Bears per se, because you always go, man, there's always that quarterback problem, and right now it seems like we fixed it. I mean, Caleb Williams is awesome. I know it's only been 6 games, but the progress he's made through the 6 games and how he looks, and the wide receivers getting involved, and even fun stuff like Cole Kmet doing the long snapping and then winning NFC Special Teams Player of the Week, which he was on the Yak, and he was saying he has no idea how he won that, and he is the first long snapper ever to win that award.
That's crazy.
Probably pisses a lot of people off, but who cares? But it's just fun to watch, and like even this week, the bye week, usually you're like, at least now it's a time when you don't have to watch the Bears. Thank goodness you don't have to worry about them. And it's like, I want to watch them now, and they're so exciting. And even with Brisker And who else were they missing in the backfield? Maddie.
Stevenson last week.
Yeah, that's 50% of your what would we say, safeties, whatever, and secondary, and they still won the game pretty easily in London. Where you can say maybe the Jaguars should have not got there Thursday night or whatever, but that's not the Bears' fault.
I don't give a fuck if they showed up on Monday. They would have.
Yeah, but speaking on that, how does a team that plays in London every single year and back-to-back weeks, that they're essentially like they're the London Jaguars? How did they not figure it out that like hurricanes happen in Florida?
Like people haven't been talking about it for weeks before the hurricane.
What are we doing here, Jacksonville?
They just seem like a dysfunctional organization.
Very much so. Very much so. Doug Peterson's I can't believe he hasn't been fired. I feel like my theory is the only reason they haven't come home yet. That's the only reason he hasn't been fired.
They're not going to fire him in London. Like, we're not going to get another coach over here during this game, and it's just like, this would be tough. So we're just going to hold on to him for one more game. And Trevor Lawrence, man.
Woof.
Yeah, I mean, he has time. It wasn't like he was rushed. He just made some horrible throws.
He's lost it. I think a lot of it does have to do. I think Doug Peterson's got to go there. But back to the Bears. I think that you got to like take advantage of we've talked about it a million times. Take advantage of that schedule. Obviously Washington isn't going to be an easy win like it would have been last year, right? But you take care of those. You get Arizona coming in, you got New England, and then because we've talked about it so many times how the schedule is so backloaded with the division, but you got to put yourself in a position to be in a playoff hunt when your schedule gets tough. Like that's exactly what the Bears have done. They've lost to, granted, now I think the Indianapolis loss maybe doesn't look as good, but just because Indianapolis is so all over the place.
Well, I heard Cole Kmet did an interview saying that at the end of that game is when they finally figured out that they had turned it on.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the spark for the season, I think. Even though they lost, hopefully it'll all end well.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the Bears' end of the season schedule, and after New England, it's all teams that are over 500 right now. Like
the division's over 500. We still got to play 6 more times.
Yeah, it's crazy right now.
The 49ers and Cardinals?
Detroit, yeah. So you go after New England, it's Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, San Fran, Minnesota, Detroit, Seattle, Green Bay.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah. So Seattle's still above 500, aren't they?
Yes. I think they're 4-2.
3-3. So 500 or better, but you can't apologize for your schedule. You took care of business, Use the bye week.
They did what they're supposed to do. They beat the shit out of Carolina and they beat the shit out of Jacksonville. It's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Good teams beat the shit out of bad teams. They did exactly that.
And then you get a bye week to prepare for a good young Washington team. That's
a good young Washington team that does not have a very good defense. So
that's a very bad.
Oh my God, Cleveland just.
But also,
did they win?
No, they botched a grounder.
But also, a team like the Bears could easily lost one of those 2 games.
Yeah,
historically, yeah.
But now, I think this team is putting something together.
On the flip side of it, though, too, and I know this is very, very hypothetical and very what if, but the Bears did have the ball with a chance to take the lead late in the game against Houston as well. And the Caleb Williams now, with 5-6 weeks of experience in the NFL versus that second week, I'd feel a lot better with him in that situation.
I think
takes him down the field and scores. So
division teams wish they would have played him earlier.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Anytime you have a young quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, and I don't want to like harp on like Twitter videos and shit, but you start seeing these videos by like actual like good quarterback, like knowledgeable people in the industry. And they're like showing video of him like literally scanning through 4 or 5 reads. Like he's I think he's fifth in deepest read count for receivers that he's hitting amongst, and it's literally like Mahomes, Herbert, Allen, and somebody else that's ahead of him. So it's all like elite veteran quarterbacks that are ahead of him, and they're the only ones. Like he's figuring out high level quarterback play at a very quick age, and that's what's encouraging to me.
And even the one interception in the Jaguars game, he took a chance.
Yeah, and he just threw a bad ball. Like he knows that those are rookie throws. Like he made the right read. Moore was open. It was just a touchdown if he connects on it, but he missed on the throw. Like that's going to happen. So start connecting on those, and it's going to be a problem for the rest of the league.
And I think there's also like an aspect of like, it'll be interesting to see how when you had to play a team for a second time, like it's all a part of like having a young quarterback and a rookie quarterback at that. But like, just to see him go through kind of everything that goes with being an NFL quarterback, you know what I mean? Like to see, does he get beaten by the Lions the first time, and then how does he respond to that the second time?
The more film the NFL gets, it's not like he's getting better, which is awesome.
Right. But I'm saying like, obviously every year going forward, he's going to face, those divisional teams.
He's never played a team twice. So,
and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but like if I remember the way things went with like Justin Fields and Mitch, like there was very little progression from like the first time they played the Vikings to the second. Like there would have obviously games but it just felt like, there was just kind of a plateau with.
There was very little progression just in general. Like they were as good as they were basically right from the jump.
Right.
Like, because you know what I mean? Like Fields got better a little bit in some ways, but like he was always a one read and go guy. That's going to be his game. That's going to be what he does. He's going to use his feet. That's his style of quarterback play. It's not. I don't know that you can do that for a long term in the NFL, because like even Lamar Jackson's adapting.
You're seeing it now.
Like you're seeing Lamar Jackson can win games in the air. It's not like he can't. And he's figured out how to marry both. That's what Fields going to have to do.
100%. Anything else?
Mitch was probably at his best his first 2 years, and that never got any better.
That is spot on. Now is he even on a roster right now?
Yeah, Buffalo.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is right. Moving to the Blackhawks, I think they're 2-1, but none of us would know we haven't been able to watch a game. So, boys, got anything on the Blackhawks? I don't really know where to go with this.
From what I hear, they're playing better.
I haven't watched them.
They played well. I think they've won the last 2 games.
Maddie, and Zach disagreed on a statement I made either last week or the week before. This team, like, I still don't think this team's going to be very good. Is that
crazy? They should be better than last year.
You think so?
I think those I doubt. I wouldn't bet them to make the playoffs, but I think they could be in like that in the hunt graphic late in the season.
Will they be in the race for like a bottom 3 pick that bad or not?
No.
Okay.
No. That was last year.
Don't think they have the stink power to get down there this year.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to the NHL, trying to get Chicago back on the map.
I'm always down for rigging things.
Luck
to get Chicago
Bulls
sports
use
teams
it, Bulls use it too. So
Cooper Flag to the Bulls. I think, after everything I've kind of kept up on the Blackhawks, I think Zach's right in the sense that my pessimistic view of what the Hawks season is going to look like is probably
they've got a
wrong,
lot of good veterans on the roster. Like if Taylor Hall stays healthy, he's really good. Like
Pat Maroon,
Vinan's back. Pat Maroon, he's going to bang bodies with people. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They've got some talent on the blue line.
They got veterans in the locker room, which is good for a guy like Bedard.
Yeah. Bedard doesn't have to like carry the locker room or anything.
Moving over to the Bulls. Bulls sit at 3-2 in the preseason. Won an overtime thriller tonight. They open up the season on October 23rd against the Nuggets. I think they're projected for like the 5th or 6th or fewest amount of wins. I still think they're gonna be like 38 to 40 wins and be in the play-in tournament.
Monsters looks like he's playing well though, which is good to see.
Yep.
But like I said, same thing. We only see in highlights of the games. Lonzo Ball is back, which is cool to see. I don't know. Oh, jeez. If he will impact the team much, but because he already said he's not going to be the same player he was before he got hurt, which is just what happens when you miss 2 seasons of basketball. But yeah, you just don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it's just crazy to think about this team without DeMar DeRozan.
It's a sad thing to think about, to be honest with you. Like,
Zach knew the day was coming, but now that he's not here, it's like, who's going to save the day?
Yeah. Like I said, though, I feel like with Levine and Kobe White and hopefully Lonzo stays healthy, like, it's just going to be enough to squeak by, and we'll still have the eternal hope of being the 9 seed and getting bounced by somebody in the first round.
If Zach Levine is still on this team by the end of the season, that'll make no sense to me.
Who's going to take that contract?
I know,
nobody.
But he just doesn't want to be with the Bulls.
They're screwed with that contract. Nobody wants to touch that with a 10-foot pole because he
injured
can't defend his own shadow.
He would have been traded last year if he wouldn't have been injured.
Yeah, I think so.
He did have 18 offense too.
What'd you say?
He's a black hole on offense too.
100%, and that's not what you need when you have a team with younger guys that you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do with them. Buzelis only had 7 tonight, but he only played 15 minutes. You know, he's had some moments where he's looking real nice in the preseason, but if he's going to be out there and the ball's going to Zach Levine, we're never going to get much out of him because he's never going to touch the ball. So what do you guys think? Last thing I have before we move on. What do you guys think about this Illinois Bulls thing that we got going on? We've got Buzelis from Hinsdale. We've got EJ Liddell from down south. Obviously, Io. Taylor Horton Tucker's on the roster. Javon Carter from Chicago. I kind of like that. If they're going to be mediocre, at least give me some defense to watch.
I think the Bulls are like who we can get the most fans every night.
Like DJ Stewart is on their roster right now. DJ Stewart played at Whitney Young, and like there's tons of guys that I watch play high school basketball. Like there's like 5 or 6 guys that I watch play high school basketball that are on the Bulls roster.
I'd like to get like an Anthony Davis while we're at it then too. Or
hey, Zach Levine for AD. I'm all in for it.
I'm sure the Lakers are too.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they'll take Pat Williams off our hands while we're at it.
Yeah.
We can only hope. Anything else on the Bulls or the Hawks, boys?
No, just I would like to be able to watch them.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you though? Look at these.
Yeah,
things.
I guess. But yeah, I'd still like to watch them.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just.
Yeah. But before we move on, guys, we got to talk about our friends over at Connect Roasters Coffee. Make sure you go check our friends out over in Bourbonnais for the best coffee around that you are going to find. I promise you that. They work with Dom Frederick. They work with Ian Happ. That guy's won 2 gold gloves if you haven't checked the papers lately. So you know it's good quality stuff. So make sure you check out their website, connectroasters.com. Follow them on X at Connect Roasters. If you get over to Bourbonnais, make sure you check out the storefront. I promise you will not be disappointed. So as always, a big shout out to our friends over at Connect Roasters. Boys, MLB playoffs, the CSs are in full effect right now. We are recording as the Yankees and the Guardians are in the is it over?
No, not yet.
Not yet. They're in extras, right?
No, they are in the regular innings.
Okay. Okay. So 9th inning, Yankees are up 8-6. They're leading the series 2-1, looking to all but put the nail in the coffin there. Mets win 12-6 today. Dodgers are still in the lead 3-2 there, but let's stay in the ALCS. Now, I don't care if the Guardians win this game. I think the Yankees are winning this series Tell me if I'm crazy here.
One question before we get into that. What do you guys think of the 2-3-2?
I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah. It just almost, if you steal a game at like the first two, it almost gives the road team an advantage.
Oh, 100%. But if you have the home field advantage, you're supposed to be the better baseball team. You know what I mean? So, like,
I'm just saying. But yeah, that's a lot of traveling if you go through 2-2, 2-2, 1-1-1.
yeah, especially think about it when you get to the World Series. If we get to where I think we're going to end up is Yankees Dodgers, and going from New York to LA back to, you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's very difficult on a private plane when everybody's got their own bed and a TV. It's awful.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, it's
Awful.
not
Poor
going to find
guys.
me complaining about money that billionaires have to pay.
Poor guys.
The Yankees.
Where are you guys at? Think the Yankees? Okay, so Yankees are up 3-1.
3-1
That series
going
is
home.
over.
Yeah,
That series is done.
Oh, no,
I
wait.
did throw a little bit
No.
on Cleveland going into the
have
ninth
one
plus
more in
3,000. I got a little excited there for a second.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, there's so many, proofs that you just don't come back from 3-1. It happens so infrequently. I think it's over.
But a lot of the games have been really fun to watch.
Did you
really good
guys see who picked up the win for the Yankees tonight?
games.
Mark Leader Jr., former Cubs legend. Class A with the loss. That's tough.
Well, Chicago legend, we're talking about Michael Kopech.
Yeah.
He's making an appearance in the NLCS. It's like, what a world that guy. He went from the worst team to the best.
Yeah, 100%. Where do you guys? So this, I guess I'm a little bit, Maddie. I'm assuming you think the Yankees are going to finish this off too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think we're looking at Yankees Dodgers World Series. If
I
you
do
like
too.
it or not.
Yeah, my
I do
great grandfather would appreciate it.
I do think that the Mets are still going to get one more game.
It's
I
just
think this
tough
is
to win
going
two
7.
more. 2 more in LA is going to be tough.
Yeah. I just think the Dod, and I'll be honest, I don't hate Yankees Dodgers in the World Series. I think those are the two best teams in baseball all year.
Yeah. I really,
you know what I mean?
I have no problem with any of these teams making the World Series.
Yeah, 100%. Maddie, where do you think in the West or in the National League, Dodgers going to finish it up?
Yeah, and I hope they beat the Yankees.
I kind of do too. I like that the Yankees can't finish a World Series here in our. It's been what, 99?
I want Rizzo to get another one. And
yeah, that would be good to see.
I hate the Dodgers.
The evil empire. They're like the 2011 Miami Heat.
All the times they eliminated us from the playoffs when we barely made it.
The last thing baseball needs is the Yankees to be winning World Series again.
Yeah.
That's the last thing society needs.
Rizzo deserves it, though.
Yep. I don't disagree there. Let's bounce over to some college football talk in the college football corner. Really not as good as Maddie's plans for next weekend, but the lineup this weekend looks really solid. We got a lot of close spreads in the top 25 games. Starting off, we've got Indiana hosting Nebraska. Indiana, 6.5-point favorites. Kind of like the Huskers here, but Indiana's been playing really well this year.
I'll take the points. I think it'll be a close game. I think 6.5 is a lot for Indiana over Nebraska. But if we know anything about college football, when you least expect it, that's when the good games happen.
Yep. And I think we kind of forgot, everybody like collectively forgot about Nebraska when they got that first loss. It's like they're still 5-1 and pretty good football team. So I think Indiana's got a lot to prove here.
And they got Patrick.
Don't forget, Indiana's got a lot of guys that were on James Madison last year. That was like a ranked team for most of the year too. So it's not like a dog shit roster by any stretch. So wouldn't sleep on Indiana.
A spread I found interesting. Missouri hosting Auburn. Missouri's only a 4-point favorite. Auburn's 2-4. Missouri's 5-1. I feel like this is a weird spread.
you go like, I mean, it's just the conference talking. The SEC.
Yeah,
Because Missouri, where is Missouri in?
Missouri's in the SEC.
Oh, well, then I don't really understand what's the point here.
Yeah, something's off here. Like I think Auburn's pretty bad,
But
and
then my
Missouri
dumb ass is
obviously.
gonna bet on the game, and then it'll go the other way.
Yeah, 100%. Maddie, you got anything on this one?
No, I don't think so right now.
One, I do know you have a little bit of skin in. Alabama heading to Tennessee after both teams looked pretty bad last weekend. I think Tennessee's going to take care of business, but I think it's just because I hate Alabama.
I hope you're right, buddy, because I'm starting to get a little nervous. I did play Tennessee money line. I think it's one of those kind of, I don't know, Neyland Stadium on a Saturday afternoon. It's picture perfect TV watching at it. I think I want to just be rooting for the team in orange and white there. So that was some of my thinking, but I don't know. Nico has not been very good the last few weeks either. So it's I'm a little concerned. I bet that, and it was like, all right, and then now I don't feel so great about it. So.
Yeah.
And we talk about the Yankees, how we talk about Alabama. Everyone always wants Alabama to lose.
Yes.
You don't
100%.
cheer for Alabama.
100%. I couldn't agree with that anymore. I also am not the biggest, like, crazy about Tennessee, but I definitely like Tennessee more than I like Alabama.
And it's always fun to say, like, Saban wouldn't have done that. Saban would have never done that.
Yeah, that stuff's getting played out real fast. Like, especially a close game with South Carolina and losing to Vanderbilt. Like, Saban would never lose to Vanderbilt.
Saban did say that it's like the easiest place to play, which he is correct. Probably it's not the hardest place to play in the world, but they did lose.
Yeah, exactly. But they've never had Diego Pavia before. So
yeah,
it's a fair point. 22nd ranked Illinois is hosting Michigan. Michigan 3.5-point favorites. I kind of like the Wolverines. I don't know what it is about Illinois. I feel like this happens a lot. They beat up on bad teams early in the schedule. They pick up a weird win. You know, they beat Nebraska, whatever. But I don't. This is a different brand of football. I think that Michigan's going to take care of the Illini.
I don't know if Illinois will win, but I don't see that spread. I mean, I think they're going to keep it somewhat close.
You think it's going to be like a 2-point game?
Well, what's the spread?
3.5.
Oh, I thought it was. That's all the spread is?
Yeah, Michigan minus 3.5.
I would take Michigan all day long.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to blow them out, but I think they beat them by a touchdown.
I thought it'd be like 15.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I don't know.
Good, but they're not Michigan.
I would like Illinois to be good. I've kind of turned the page on being an Illinois hater, but I don't know. I think this is a different beast than what they're used to.
There's just levels to college football. Right now.
They barely beat a really bad Purdue team last weekend.
Say what you want about Michigan. Their schedule has been so hard.
Yeah. And Illinois is not.
No.
Especially that Kansas.
I do think Illinois got the better quarterback for what
you do.
Worth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Allmeyer's pretty good. I think Allmeyer's good. Their offensive line stinks, and he doesn't really have any playmakers.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be good against Michigan.
What fucking quarterback do they have? They know shit.
Michigan?
Yeah.
I don't even know who they've had a couple different starters.
Orgy stinks. Warren stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a great defense. Don't get me wrong, but
they're just going to pound the rock. They're going to run the ball so much.
Penn State had a great defense too, and Illinois hung with them on the road. I think Illinois is going to. I don't think Michigan's just going to steamroll Illinois. I'll just put it that way.
I think they're going to beat them by a touchdown. I don't think they're going to blow their doors off, but like see Illinois blow their doors off. Let's move into the 6:00 slate. We got Arkansas hosting number 8 LSU. And again, this one jumps off because of the spread. LSU, the 8th-ranked team in the country, is only a 2.5-point favorite on the road at Arkansas.
It's like Vegas knows something we don't know.
But Arkansas did beat Tennessee at home.
Yeah,
I kind of unloaded on Arkansas actually
for tomorrow.
Yeah, I love Arkansas.
I'm not super convinced that LSU is a top 10 team in the country.
Rocket Sanders. Anytime I can be having money on Rocket Sanders, a guy named Rocket Sanders in college football. I mean, come on.
Sounds
That's
like
running
you're playing
back.
backyard football.
There's no better name for an offensive playmaker than Rocket Sanders.
He had to
That
be
is a-
good at either baseball or football.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
100%. Also in the Big 12, another one just kind of weird how the money or the spread jumped out at me. Kansas State goes to West Virginia. Kansas State ranks 17th in the country, 5-1, and they're only a 3-point favorite at a 3-3 West Virginia team. I want to hammer Kansas State here. I think Kansas State's really good.
Yeah.
I don't think West Virginia is. But is it just because it's a home game?
I guess it's one of those games you just got to bet on it and pray to God.
I do that after
I mean, it's
That's
crazy.
most- That's basically every Sunday for me.
Well, I understand, but like this is one of those ones that's tough. I mean,
Because that line just stinks.
you almost feel sick either way.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know what to do there. But let's get into the big one of Saturday. That is number 5 Georgia going to number 1 Texas. Texas a 5-point favorite. I think
That
Texas is
doesn't
going to win the game,
any
but
sense to
Georgia's
me.
going to keep it close.
I think Georgia's going to win the game.
I wouldn't be shocked at all.
To get those kind of odds on Georgia money line,
That's what I'm saying. Maddie's going to come in and just go horns up on us.
No, I see, and I
yours
don't know
is
what
so
to.
good though.
I don't know what to do with this game, but you guys being that confident has me worried.
Dude,
Maddie was all in on Georgia, and then,
I
then we
mean,
said that.
I wouldn't say I was all in on Georgia, but I was really starting like you guys. I mean, it was 3.5 all week, and then all of a sudden today it jumps like to 4.5, 5, and it's like, and then now it's you guys are. How the hell is Georgia getting 5 points? Blah blah blah. You know, like I don't know what to think. I don't
It's
know
Right,
Georgia
Georgia's
in
becoming that automatic-
2024.
Like that
Georgia
automatic
was
win.
getting the absolute shit fucking kicked out of them by Alabama. They lost to Kentucky, or almost they should have lost to Kentucky.
Yeah.
They got absolutely housed by Bama in the first half. Like that was
Yeah.
a beatdown of epic proportions in the first half. Like this isn't. And then the following week, who'd they play? They played somebody else and didn't look great. Georgia. Who'd they play after Bama?
Hang on, I'm pulling it up right here. They played
Was it Mississippi
after
State?
Bama, Auburn. They beat Auburn 31-13.
Or then was it Mississippi State that they didn't like kind of really take care of the way they should have?
Yeah, that was last week. It was 41-31. They never put them away.
This
They won.
Georgia team is not the defense is good, but it is not the Georgia defense that they've had the last couple of years. I'm confident
Yeah.
in saying that.
That I don't disagree with.
Still think
I
they can
just-
win the game.
And I think Texas has 2 better quarterbacks too.
You only can use one.
Can you?
You got 2 quarterbacks, you got
But
none.
you can use both.
The wild man Sarkisian's probably
I mean-
got something drawn up with 25-mile-an-hour Eli out, or whatever his name is, Arch out.
It would never work in the
Split end.
NFL, but to like kind of go back and forth between the two of them in college, that would work.
I mean, he's
And
faster
I'm
than
saying-
Tyreek Hill. Remember?
Yeah. I'm saying this though, that 34-3 win over Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma's bad, but that's a really impressive win for
Yeah, they
Texas.
shit pumped this Michigan team that you guys are all over too. So
Yeah, that was week 2. Let's
in
lay
Michigan,
low on.
Dude, the schedule that Texas has had though too. I mean, these teams are playing just crazy schedules.
yeah. And I hate
Yeah.
Texas too. I do not like.
I
them.
know
don't
that's.
like
I think
Sarkisian.
that's part of the reason I'm. All
I don't
over
like
Georgia.
Sarkisian either, but I think he's got.
I've come kind of full circle on him, but
But you know, it's during a Texas game, you're going to see Matthew McConaughey. They're going to show you a Texas Longhorn, and that's it.
They're
Yeah.
going to tell you the story of the quarterback, how he was wearing a Texas jersey when on Halloween. That's
The
usually
uncle of the quarterback is Peyton Manning.
yeah, yep. Well, it's
And
good.
Eli.
I think
Oh, and
either
Eli.
way, we're set for a really good weekend of college football, boys.
I think next 2 weekends.
Yeah, the next
And you know it.
really
I
from
gotta
here on
squeeze it.
out. From here on out, that's this conference realignment. Pretty fun. Secrets out, boys. Pretty
Speaking-
fucking good. Pretty
You know
good
what?
fucking
Speaking
games.
of that, Maddie, rumor is NIU to the Mountain West.
Bad decision for them.
Yeah, I don't
Wrong.
like that.
Now, that's an upgrade. 100% an
Bad
It's an
upgrade.
upgrade,
They-
but they're not
They
winning the
will
MAC.
get
They're not gonna
dragged
win
up
the
and
Mountain
down the
West.
What do you mean?
Rockies.
They're not
Boise
winning the MAC.
State, Boise
This year?
State, and Colorado State. Those teams will absolutely drag them upside. Basketball should be real fun for them too.
Oh, basketball is going to be a bloodbath.
They're going to be DePaul. They're literally going to be DePaul.
That was you twisting the knife a little bit. That was uncalled for.
They're going to fucking be DePaul, dude. Stay at home. Dominate the MAC.
Yeah. I think
The
from
MAC,
a business,
the MAC has just as much cachet as the Mountain West does. That's what people are short-sighted on. Yeah, the Mountain West might have better competition. I bet you a MAC TV deal is worth more than a Mountain West TV deal.
I don't think I read something on that. I don't think that's
I bet
True.
you it's close.
I'll have to go a little bit deeper in it, but I'm pretty sure
I
that
bet you it's close,
it's
dude.
not.
Is it
I'm
worth
telling
your
you.
team's losing more games.
We'll see. We'll see. That was just the rumor that floated this week because the Mountain West has to fill 2 more football schools.
If they do,
Oh, so it's
then
not
they
even
better
for
take
sure
Western
yet?
Michigan too. Then
No, Mountain West lost 4 teams to the
Oh, I
Pac-10.
thought you were saying like it was a sure thing.
No. I said that was the rumor that came out this week.
Oh goodness.
So we'll see. We shall see. Let's jump over to the NFL. We got the NFL Week 7 pick show. Zach is in first place right now after a perfect week last week, 23-13. I am in second at 18, 16-2. And unfortunately, Maddie is hanging out in the cellar here, 9, 26-1. So what do we got this week, boys? Anybody want to go first?
I'll go first. I have Colts -3 at home against the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins just they can't get it right since Tua is most likely not going to play this season. You have to think.
Yeah, there's no way they can play him.
And then the Falcons -3 at home against the Seahawks. Seahawks, they played well, but the Falcons at home is just a different animal.
I'm
They're
going to
just-
jump in. Then I'm going to jump in because I'm going to go against you there on that one. I got Seattle for one of mine, +3. So I think it's a weird match. That line stinks. How is Atlanta -3 at home against a team that's 3-3 and hasn't looked great? That's the only reason that line's stinky.
Yeah,
So
I think it's a
I'm
little
gonna-
recency bias there.
I'm going to take Seattle in that one. And then Minnesota's going to lose. Detroit. I'm going to take Detroit. I'm going to take Detroit -1.5 or +1.5.
Afraid to touch that game because
+1.5. It's more of just I think Detroit's really got a damn good roster, and I think they maybe get a little win one for Hutch kind of performance.
Yep, I have Detroit
this
plus.
Vikings team may be the most untrustable 5-0 team ever.
But are they?
I feel like we
I
say
agree
that
with
every
you.
week, and then they
I
just
agree,
do
but
it.
they just keep fucking doing it every
know.
week.
Yep.
Like at some point,
Yep.
they're just good.
Like at some point, when is Sam Darnold gonna like play like he did with the Jets?
Zach, I think you could loft balls up to Addison and fucking Justin
Oh,
Jefferson.
I know.
Though.
That'd be
I mean, that's-
awesome.
I've
don't
also
think-
got Detroit +1.5. I'm in the same boat as you, Maddie. And I think this is a bad pick, but I feel like this guy has to save his job this week. Give me the Eagles -3 at the Giants.
I hate that clown.
I do too, but I feel like this is this is it. Like if they lose to the Giants, he's done.
Who?
Sirianni.
Oh yeah.
Clown show.
He's a clown. He is a
Hey,
clown.
yelling at the home team. You would have seen that video and gone, "Oh, they must be on the road." Oh no, they're at home.
I legitimately had to go to the Score app because when I saw that clip, I was for sure that they were in Cleveland, and certainly they were not.
Just why would you want to make those fans more mad?
Well, at the end of the day, they are Philly fans, so they're scumbags, so I'm sure they deserved it. So actually, I take that back. I forgive him for that. Philly fans are
Maybe
scumbags. So.
you actually will be a fan of his.
Yeah, I think I've kind of come full circle. Maybe I am a Nick Sirianni guy. Philly fans suck.
Yeah.
Let's jump to the afternoon. Kind of a crappy slate of games in the
3
afternoon.
games, and they all kind of stink.
Yeah.
I'm going Raiders +7 at Rams. And then the 49ers 1.5 at home against the Chiefs.
I'm going to jump in again, Zach. I'm with you on one. I'm against you on. I'm with you on the 49ers. I'm with you there. -1.5. That's a stinky ass line too. So give me the Niners there. And you can have the 7 for the Rams or for the Raiders, but I see 6.5 at FanDuel right now, so I want the Rams -6.5.
You got it. So hang on. You guys went too fast there on me. So Zach has the Raiders +7.
Yeah, because there's 7
the
everywhere.
Yep.
And I got the Rams -6.5.
And you both have the 49ers -2.
-1.5.
Okay. I'm going to go the
49.
opposite because I just refuse to bet against Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to take Kansas City +1.5. I don't know how they're going to do it. It's the Chiefs. They're going to figure it out. God, these other games just stink. Give me the Panthers +9.5. That feels gross. Ugh. They're so bad, but I don't know. A rookie quarterback. It's gross. I just feel like 9.5 points is so many, even if it is a bad football team. Let's move to Sunday night. We got the Jets at the Steelers. Jets are a 2-point favorite. Who do you guys got?
I have the Jets. I just think that Aaron Rodgers got his way, and now he's happy. He's got Devontae Adams, and now he's going to start playing like Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. I'm in the same boat. I got the Jets -2. I also, isn't this the week they're going to Russell Wilson?
They haven't said yet.
I hope they do because he stinks.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're giving him first team reps if you're not going to start him. That makes no fucking sense.
I think he is. I think they're just trying to be sneaky about it.
I'm with you guys. I like the Jets, but it's for the Russell Wilson reason, not for the Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams reason. I might be out on Aaron Rodgers like being anything more than top 10 at this point.
Well, I just think now he's happy, and now he's going to go play football.
Is he
happy? Yeah, because he didn't like the head coach, and now he's got Devontae Adams.
He's probably not going to like this fucking head coach here in a couple of weeks too. Like
that's
just his MO.
For 1 week though, he'll be happy.
Yeah,
Mike McCarthy's going to come coach him when he gets fired.
Yeah, I'm sure him and Devontae Adams will be
just a reunion of all of his former coaches and players.
Send Jordy Nelson out to East Rutherford. I'm sure he's got a couple miles.
Randall Cobb on the Jets?
Yeah, they need to bring him back. I was going to say Randall Cobb. They need to.
I think they cut him, but I don't know. Monday night we got 2 games, guys. We got the Ravens going to the Buccaneers and the Chargers going to the Cardinals. Which one do you guys want there?
I got the Bucs taking +3.5.
I'm with you. Same thing. Bucs 3.5.
I think the Ravens on the road are just a totally different team too.
I think Baker's fucking good.
Oh, I think this Tampa team is very good.
Mm-hmm.
I would say very good, sorry, but they're good.
They're solid. They're solid.
I'm going to go to
the
other
division,
game.
in my opinion.
I'm going Chargers -2. I'm kind of buying in on the Harbaugh thing. The Cardinals are not as bad as they have been, but I think that the Chargers kind of got a little something going there. And I'll be honest, I think that Ravens Buccaneers game is going to be a really, really good game. But man, the Bucs are just playing well, so I understand why you guys went with those picks. So let us know what you guys would pick out here. Let us know your bets.
It is nice though that they have the Chiefs 49ers at 3:00 because none of the other games matter. You don't even care about the other 2 games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a really boring
Raiders,
afternoon.
Rams, and then who else is it?
Commanders, Panthers.
Yeah, just like two 7-point spreads.
Yeah, who cares? Let's jump into it, wrap things up, boys. We got the TCF top 3, and I feel like we've done this one before, but there's so many here that you can take. So we're going to do the best 90s comedy movies. Does anybody want to go first?
I'll go first if it's allowed.
You always pick to go first, so just continue the trend.
Tommy Boy.
Good pick.
I think
I
front
don't
to
know if
back
it would
that
be my
movie is
1-1.
so good.
Yeah, it's definitely top 5. There's no arguing that in the whole decade. So I like that one. Maddie, do you want second or do you want the wrap?
You know what I want.
Give me Dumb and Dumber, the funniest movie ever made. Still to this day, I will sit there and watch it on TBS at any point of the year. I still think it's the funniest comedy ever made. That's an easy 1-1 for me there.
Maddie?
I don't want to pick now. Because he took mine, you took my first, you took my 2, Boomy took my 1. So, yeah, this is stupid. I hate you both.
I gave you the choice, buddy.
I know this will be here. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna have to sneak in here and get creative to win this draft back. So, Billy Madison.
Oh,
Damn. That's who I would have taken.
Yeah, Billy Madison, and then Dazed and Confused.
Never saw it.
it's a good one.
Never saw Dazed and Confused.
Are you? Wait,
Very
what?
good.
Yeah, that one just missed me.
Oh man, don't go back. Trust me.
Yeah, especially as a movie guy.
It holds up. It'll hold up too because it's set in the 70s. So
yeah,
it's not. And if, yeah, you need to.
All right, I'll put that on the list. It's just one that just missed me. And Zach, you got to remember, I'm not like a lifelong movie guy. I've only been a movie guy for like 4 years. I'm going to go with arguably my favorite Adam Sandler movie, Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore, that VHS, I feel like I could have burned a hole in it. I was watching it probably at an age I shouldn't have been watching it, but still holds up to this day. I'm very excited for the second one. That's an easy second round pick for me. I feel like we could legitimately just do a draft of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Wayne's World.
Good choice.
Love that movie.
I have seen that.
And Big Daddy, which was made in 1999, which is right on the dot.
I'm fairly certain my dad took me to see that in the movie theaters. My third round pick is one I'm going to take that I definitely should not have been watching at the age I saw it at. And I still love this movie today. Basketball. I love that movie. Matt Parker and Trey Stone, the guys from South Park, invented that sport in their driveway. Basketball still holds up today. That movie is hilarious.
Last, I'm gonna go with. I kind of thought this. This would have been probably my first pick of this draft after you guys took, Tommy Boy and Dumb and Dumber 1, 2. But I figured, knowing you guys and your age, you might not have seen this one, but it's outstanding as Kingpin. Absolutely,
I have seen it. That's a really good movie.
Great movie. Absolutely hilarious. So
that movie deserves a spot in our top 9 picks, 100%.
Yeah. So I feel like that's a little bit of like some retribution for getting robbed there early in the draft.
Well, and that's also one that I think I saw it maybe I was 12 or 13 and I thought it was funny, but then I watched it 18 and it was funnier. Then I watched it at 22 and it was even fun. You know what I mean? It's just one of those that just kind of builds. You catch things in it.
Bill Murray is elite in that movie as well. So,
Bill Murray's so funny. Honorable mention, fellas. Anything we didn't get to? I've got a ton here. Obviously, all the Adam Sandler, Waterboy. What else you guys
American
got?
Pie, I think, would have been
Yeah,
99, possibly. Would
yeah,
that
I
have been
think you're
98
right.
or 99?
Half baked.
Half Baked. That's a great call. That's such a good movie. Here's one that I
Sneaky How
think
High was good too.
Friday.
How
Yeah.
High with Method
Friday.
Man. Friday would have. Yeah, that Friday's a miss. Friday should have been in the top 9.
Liar, liar.
That's
Good.
another good one.
American Pie.
Nutty.
I wouldn't say. I guess that's a comedy.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, definite comedy. Coming of age comedy, but definitely.
Yeah. How about Maddie? You might have seen this, Zach. I would doubt you. How about Encino Man?
Yeah, yes.
That might be arguably the dumbest movie.
And Brendan Fraser.
I watched it again a couple years ago. That movie's so bad.
You're probably the Damon Wayans where he's the sergeant, the drill sergeant. What was that movie?
Oh, Major Payne.
Yeah, Major Payne.
Love that movie.
Yeah, you seem like a Major Payne kind of guy.
Office Space.
That's another big miss. How about they had it listed here? I've never seen it, so you might have to fill me. Big Lebowski.
Yeah, it's good. Very good.
Is that a comedy though?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's been on my.
It's funny.
It's been on my Prime
That
Video
would be one
list.
too. Yes, I would recommend that as well.
Any others we forgot, boys?
I'm sure plenty.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let us know in the comments. But we appreciate you guys checking in for episode 237. Make sure you find us on X at @typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook and Instagram. Give those pages a like. Content, all the video content on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe there. Go over to wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, wherever you get them, we're there. Subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars. You guys know the drill. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF, Zach at ZLiliaTCF, and of course, Maddie at schools_01. Make sure you check out our sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee, for the best coffee around that you're going to find. Find them on X at Connect Roasters. We will catch you guys next week. So thanks for checking in for episode 237 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.